Welcome to Middle Class Matters, Business News in English from Dr. CMA Allegation. Let's see the Hindenburg Report word by word. Part 3. Background on Adani Group, one of the India's largest conglomerates with a collective market capitalization of INR 17.8 trillion, US dollars 218 billion. Adani Group is the second largest conglomerate in India, run by its chairman and founder Gautam Adani, who is currently the third richest man on earth, previously having reached the second spot. Bloomberg Wealth. Bezos lost his spot as world's second richest person to Adani. The Indian tycoon's fortune is up more than anyone else in 2022, while US tech stocks like Amazon sink. Source Bloomberg. The group has 7 key publicly listed entities, 9 in total, with a collective market value of about INR 17.8 trillion, US dollar 218 billion. It also includes a maze of Adani private companies and family trust. Through their holdings in the group, Gautam Adani and his family have amassed a paper fortune of over US dollar 120 billion, with over 100 billion of that coming in the past 3 years, largely through the meteoric appreciation of his stock prices. The conglomerate is involved in a wide array of businesses, largely focused on key infrastructure projects such as development of ports, mines, airports, data centers, power generation, and power transmission. The 7 key Adani listed companies have seen their stock prices mysteriously surge over the past 3 years, with most increasing multifold, ranking them individually among the largest companies in India. Both Adani Enterprises and Adani Ports feature in India's Nifty 50 index, and 6 of the companies are included in the MSCI India index. Company name, market capitalization, 1 year, 3 year increase. Adani Enterprises, market capitalization INR of in million dollars 39,28,558 million, US dollar 48,108 million. 1 year increase 101%, 3 years increase 1,398%. Adani Transmission 3,095,771 in INR. Market capitalization million US dollar is 37,910. 1 year increase is 36%, 3 years increase is 729%. Adani Total Gas 4,275,567 million INR and US dollar 52,357 million US dollars. 1 year increase is 118%, 2,121% in 3 years. Adani Green Energy 30,47,678 million INR and 37,321 million US dollar. 1 year increase is 4%, 3 years increase is 908%. Adani Power 10,62,201 million INR, 13,007 million US dollars, 167% in 1 year and 332% in 3 years. Adani Ports 1,668,599 INR millions, 20,433 US million dollars, 8% in 1 year and 98% in 3 years. Adani Wilmar 734,123 INR, US dollar 8,990. 1 year 149%, 3 year also 149% because the company has been taken over recently. So the total market capitalization of Adani Group is 17,812,498 million US, that is Indian INR, and 218,127 million US dollars market capitalization. Adani Wilmar performance is since February 2022 IPO. The 7 listed companies of Adani Group are 85% overvalued, even if you ignore our investigation and take the company's financials at face value. Even before examining the evidence put forward in this report and based solely on financials taken directly from its companies, the Adani Group appears to be highly overvalued. Infrastructure firms are generally relatively sleepy, low growth, low multiple enterprises, yet valuation metrics of the Adani listed companies are comparable to the high growth tech companies. Adani Green Energy price earning ratio 815x, 815x, average industry average is 24x, implied downsize minus 97.10, price to sales 60.6x, industry average 1.1x, implied downside minus 98.13%, EV to EBITDA 101x, industry average is 12x. Adani Power price earning ratio 29x, industry average 24x, implied downside minus 18.17, price to sales 3.9x, industry average 1.1x, implied downside minus 70.66, EV bar EBITDA 13x, industry average 12x. Adani Total Gas price earnings 831x, industry average 20x, implied downside minus 97.64%, price to sales 139.3x, industry average 1, implied downside minus 99.31%, EV to EBITDA 303x, industry average is 9x. Adani Transmission 312x is the price earnings, industry average is 24x, implied downside is minus 92.43%, price to sales is 27.3x, industry average is 1.1x, implied downside is minus 95.84%, EV to EBITDA 69x, industry average is 12x. Adani Enterprises price earnings is 508x, industry average is 12x, implied downside is minus 97.68%, price to sales 5.7x, industry average 0.5x, implied downside is minus 91.33%, EV to EBITDA 66x, industry average is 8x. Adani Wilmar price earnings is 90x, industry average is 30x, implied downside is minus 67.12%, price to sales is 1.3x, industry average is 1.1x, implied downside is minus 20.90%, EV to EBITDA 37x, industry average is 15x. Adani Ports price earnings 35x, industry average 2x, implied downside minus 93.26%, price to sales is 10.5x, industry average is 0.9x, implied downside is minus 91.65%, EV to EBITDA 20x, industry average is 2x. On a blended basis, compared to industry peers, we see 85% downside purely on fundamentals. Adani Group companies use of extreme leverage spells danger for creditors. In the past, members of Adani Group have breached financial covenants and obligations according to regulatory filings. Any group with such a metric ride based on borrowings, acquisitions, and an elevated stock price derivatives deserves scrutiny former Reserve Bank of India official. From a solvency perspective, multiple listed entities in the group are highly leveraged relative to industry averages. 4 of the 7 of these entities have negative free cash flow, indicating that the situation is worsening. A company's current ratio is a measure of liquid assets less near-term liabilities. 5 companies in the group, all but Adani Ports and Adani Wilmar, have current ratios below 1.0, suggesting a heightened short-term liquidity risk. Adani Green Energy, net debt to EBIT 12.1x, industry average 6.3x, current ratio 0.5, free cash flow minus 146,850 million rupees. Adani Power, net debt to EBIT 3.3x, industry average 6.3x, current ratio 0.9, free cash flow 71,527 million rupees. Adani Total Gas, net debt to EBIT 1.5x, industry average 4.1x, current ratio 0.2, free cash flows minus 2383 million rupees. Adani Transmission, net debt to EBIT 9.1x, industry average 6.3x, current ratio 0.8, free cash flow minus 19,615 million rupees. Adani Enterprises, net debt to EBIT 6.4x, industry average 2.9x, current ratio 0.7, free cash flow minus 120,420 million rupees. Adani Wilmar, net debt to EBIT 1.9x, industry average 2.9x, current ratio 1.2, free cash flows 3,886 million rupees. Adani Ports, net debt to EBIT 4.1x, industry average 1.3x, current ratio 1.5, free cash flows 52,220 million rupees. In terms of unrestricted cash, Adani Ports is the only listed entity with sufficient reserves at INR 86 billion, that is US $1.05 billion, according to its financial year 2020-22 annual report. It is also the only listed entity which seems capable of consistently generating substantial positive cash flow, approximately INR 52 billion, US $640 million as of March 31st, 2022. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, give your comments. The Hindenburg Report word by word will be read in this various parts which are being brought in. This will continue in the next part also. Thanks for watching.